Good morning, students. In our last class, we discussed about how to calculate the average values, RMS values, and peak factor and form factor for a different types of waveforms. In our today's class, we are going to discuss about the topics is what is phase and what is phase angle and J notation. These three topics are we are going to discuss in our today's class. So let us see how this J notation is used in our electrical subject. Generally we are using I term in complex numbers, that means A plus J, that means. So let us see how this J notation is used in our electrical circuits. Up to now you are used complex numbers like some A plus IB or X plus IB. That means you are using imaginary value, you are representing imaginary value by I. But in our electrical circuit already I is used for indicating of the current. That's why we are taking the J term for representation of the complex numbers. That is the main reason we are replacing I with J. Okay na? So let us see how this J notation is expressed. Generally why we are using J means while we are calculating we are getting the root of minus 1. At that condition we are going to use this J. That means this root of minus 1 is represented by the term J. Okay na? So let us see this diagram. So J indicates root of minus 1. J power minus 1 indicates plus J, and J square indicates root of minus 1 whole square, that is equal to minus 1, and J cube indicates J power 3, that means minus J, and J power 4 is equal to root of minus 1 whole power 4, that is equal to plus 1. So if you represent this in diagrammatically or in graphically, we are getting the like this. Okay no? So generally this J term is used instead of minus root of minus 1. So practically these are used like this, that is Z is equal to X plus J Y, where X is the real part and Y is the imaginary part. So this is called as a rectangular form, and this rectangular form is also represented in other way, that is polar form, that is Z is equal to A at an angle theta. Okay na? So if in a given problem they are expressed in rectangular form, that means Z is equal to X plus JY form, we can convert this into the polar form, that is Z is equal to A at an angle theta. Let us see how these conversions are done. So let us consider given that Z is equal to X plus JY, we can convert it into the polar form by using this formula, that is A is nothing but the magnitude. How can we get this? A means square root of x square plus y square, and how can we get theta is tan inverse of y by x, that means tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. If we apply these two formulas, we can find out the polar form, that is Z is equal to A at an angle theta. Similarly, if a problem is given in terms of polar form, then we can easily convert it into these into rectangular form. Let us see how these conversions are done. So this is the given z is equal to a at an angle theta. We can easily convert it into the polar form by using these formulas. X is equal to a cos theta and y is equal to a sin theta. This is theta is nothing but this theta. ఓకేనా, అంటే ప్రాబ్లంలో మనకి ఏ అట్ అన్ యాంగిల్ థీటా, అక్కడ ఏ థీటా అయితే రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాడో ఆ థీటాని ఇక్కడ యూస్ చేసుకుంటే మనకి ఈ రెక్టాంగులర్ ఫామ్లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చమ్మా. సో ఫర్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండ్మెంట్, మీకు అర్థం అవటం కోసం వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ఏ స్మాల్ ప్రాబ్లం. సో లెట్ us see z is represented in rectangular form as 6 plus j4. Now we are going to convert this 6 plus j4 rectangular form into the polar form. So let us see how this conversion is done. So for finding out of a, we are using the formula, this one, a is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Here x is nothing but 6 and y is nothing but 4. So if you simplify this one, we are getting the value 7.3. Similarly, if you want to find out the theta is equal to tan inverse of 5 by x. Here y is equal to 4 and x is equal to 6. If you substitute these values here and simplify, we get the value as a 33.6. That means here we are getting a value as a 7.2 and theta value as a 33.6. So if you write this a at an angle theta, that means 7.2 at an angle 33.6. Okay na? This is the way how to convert the rectangular form into a polar form. Similarly, let us see how to convert polar form values into a rectangular values. So I am taking the same problem for cross checking purpose. Let us take a polar equation as z is equal to 7.2 at an angle 33.6. This is the polar form equation. Now we are going to convert this into the rectangular form. How can we convert this in rectangular form? Already we know the formulas. X is equal to a cos theta. A is nothing but magnitude and theta is nothing but the phase angle. If we substitute these values, that means a is 7.2 and theta is equal to theta is equal to 33.6. If you simplify these values, we get 6. Similarly, if you want to find out y is equal to a sin theta. If you apply these values, a as a 7.2 and theta as a 33.6, and if you simplify this one, we are getting the y as a 4. That means 6 plus j4. Z is equal to 6 plus j4. That means what we are taking in previous example. If you take the 6.75 and we find out the polar form as a 7.2 at an angle 33.6. Now we are taking polar form 7.2 at an angle 36. Now we are converted into the rectangular form. We are getting the same value, 6 plus j4. This is the process how to convert polar form into rectangular form and rectangular form into polar form. So in our engineering calculator also they are directly given how to convert polar form into rectangular form. So by using calculators also we can directly convert these forms from polar form to rectangular or rectangular to polar. Okay na? This is the very important for your entire electrical subjects. Why? Because in each and every subject this conversion is necessary. Okay na? So let us see another topic, phase So let us see what is a phase. Phase is nothing but the alternating quantity defined as the division of part of cycles through which quantity moves forward from a selected origin. అంటే ఏం లేదమ్మా ఫేజ్ అంటే జనరల్గా మనం ఒక సైకిల్లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేసేదాన్ని మనం ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ వేవ్ ఫామ్లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా, దాన్ని మనం ఫేజ్ అంటాం. సో ఒకసారి మీరు ఇక్కడ చూసారనుకోండి, సో A at an angle theta, B at an angle 90, C at an angle 180, D at an angle 270. So if you draw this in vector form like this, okay na, this is the vector form representation. The same vectors are represent in the form of waveform also. So if you see point A, 1 at an angle theta, that means it is the 0 degrees. Next B, 1 at an angle 90, this is the point B. And similarly C, 1 at an angle C. Here we are substituting this value as sin omega t. Here Vm is nothing but we are considering as a 1 and omega t is nothing but these degrees. That means Vm as 1 and omega t as a these degrees. If you substitute these values here, we are getting the waveform like this. That means 1 at an angle 0, sin 0 means 0. This is the point. And next point B, 1 at an angle 90 degrees. So sin 90 is nothing but 1. So Vm is nothing but 1. So here we are getting the point B here. Similarly, point C, 1 at an angle 180. 180 sin 180 is 0. So we are getting the point here. Similarly, 270. 270 is nothing but minus 1. Sin of 270 is equal to minus 1. Now substitute this point and we are getting the at D point. So if you apply these cycles in the form of wave shape, we are getting the waveform like this. That means this is the square wave, sine wave. So this is the vector form representation. Okay na, this is about phase. Next go to the phase difference. So what is the phase difference? Phase difference is nothing but the difference between the two electrical quantities. Is defined as the electrical phase difference between the maximum possible value of the two alternating quantities having the same frequency. When we are going to find out the phase difference means when there is a two waveforms and these two waveforms must be having the same frequency, then only we are applying this phase difference concept. Okay na? So let us see how this let us consider this vector diagram. I1 and I2 are the two vectors and I1 is having some angle theta 1 but I2 is having no angle. Now I am representing I2 as started from origin. I2 is starts from origin. That means here I am taking I2 as a reference. Next I1 is leading with some angle theta 1 and certain angle theta 1 I1 తో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే I2 తోటి కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే I1 అనేది కొంచెం ముందు లీడింగ్ పొజిషన్లో ఉంది. లీడింగ్ అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ స్టార్టింగ్ పాయింట్ మస్ట్ బి లిటిల్ బిట్ ఫార్వర్డ్. అంటే ఇది జీరో దగ్గర స్టార్ట్ అవుతే అది జీరో కంటే ముందే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఏ లీడింగ్. ఓకేనా. నౌ ది డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ టు హియర్, దిస్ పార్ట్ ఈజ్ కన్సిడర్ యాజ్ ఏ ఫేజ్ డిఫరెన్స్. ఓకేనా. ఫేజ్ డిఫరెన్స్ అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ ది phasor difference between the two waveforms. It is considered as a phase difference. Generally the phase differences are expressed in three types. That is, first one is in phase. In phase means there is a no phase difference. For suppose if you consider two waveforms, the two waveforms starts at the same point and ends at the same point, there is a no phase difference. That type of waveforms is called, those two are in phase. The given two waveforms are in phase. Next, leading phase. Leading phase means, for suppose if you consider two waveforms, one waveform is starts before the origin and another waveform is starts at origin. Okay na? So in that situation, first waveform is started before the origin, means it is in leading position. So third one is lagging. Lagging means if you consider two waveforms, if one point is starting at origin and another one is not started origin, it is delay by some time. So let us see the diagrams, how these in phase, lag, lead diagrams are drawn. So let us consider, this is the in phase. In phase means if we draw the vector diagrams, voltage and current, these two are in phase. Okay na? That means there is a no phase difference. If you observe the waveform, these two are starting at same point and again meet at same point and ends at same point. Okay na? But there is a little bit difference in magnitude. Okay na? Here we are discussing only about phase only. We are not going to discuss about magnitude. Okay na? Phase means they are starting at same point and again connect at same point and again ends at same point. This is called as a in phase. Here this is the voltage waveform and this is the current waveform. These two are in phase. Okay na? Generally when this voltage and current waves are in phase means if the given circuit is a purely resistive circuit, then it is called at that situation we are getting this voltage and current as a in phase. Next, leading phase. See here, if you consider vector diagrams, here current is at 0 degrees and voltage is leading by some angle phi. This is the vector representation. Let us see the phasor diagram representation. Here current I is starts at origin, but voltage is starts before the origin. That means కరెంట్ ఐ మన రెఫరెన్స్ కన్సిడర్ చేసుకున్నాం అనుకుంటున్నామా, కరెంట్ ఐ స్టార్ట్ అవడానికంటే ముందే వోల్టేజ్ వేవ్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అయింది. అట్ దట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ వీ కాల్ దిస్ యాజ్ ఏ లీడింగ్. హౌ మచ్ లీడింగ్ మీన్స్ విత్ అన్ యాంగిల్ ఫై అనే యాంగిల్ తోటి లీడింగ్లో ఉంది. కంపేర్ టు కరెంట్ తోటి కంపేర్ చేస్తే వోల్టేజ్ అనేది 5 యాంగిల్ లీడింగ్లో ఉంది. హౌ దిస్ నోటేషన్ ఈజ్ రైట్ మీన్స్ కరెంట్ వచ్చేసరికి ఐఎం సైన్ ఒమేగా టీ అని రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాము. సిమిలర్లీ వోల్టేజ్ వచ్చేసరికి విఎం సైన్ ఒమేగా టీ ప్లస్ 5. వై వీఆర్ రైటింగ్ హియర్ ప్లస్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ లాగింగ్, దట్స్ వై వీఆర్ రైటింగ్ ది ప్లస్ 5. ఓకేనా. నెక్స్ట్ lagging phase. Here see the phasor diagram. Here this current is consider as a reference, and this voltage is lags by some angle phi. This is the vector representation. Okay na? Here is the phasor representation. If you observe the phasor diagram, waveform, current is starts at 0, but voltage is start at this point. That means lately. Lagging means it starts lately. Compared to I, here if we compared V with I, voltage is in lagging. That means it starts lately. How this expressed in terms of equation is I is equal to Im sin omega t. Here voltage, see here, omega t minus phi. Omega t minus phi. Why? Because here phi is in lagging condition. That's why it represent omega t minus phi. This is the about phase difference. These are called waveforms. These are called phasor diagrams. Okay na? Generally these phasors are represented in electrical circuits. Why? Because every time we are not going to represent these waveforms. That's why generally we are going to represent these waveforms in the form of these phasor diagrams. Okay na? So this is about the phase and phase difference.